What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another live. If you all haven't had the chance to check out my latest content, please do so. I will really appreciate it. And if you find it useful, please like, share, and subscribe. Now, in this live, I would like to talk about narcissists and eavesdropping and the two reasons why they do it. Well, we know that narcissists, they don't take it lightly when we decide to kind of take a stand for ourselves and deal with them on our terms and our way, whichever brings us peace. We know that we going kind of get the backlash or the punishment. And so just know that when this happens, narcissists, they have a good way of pretending and fooling others. But sometimes we catch them red-handed, peeking, and of course the narcissistic stare that they do so well, and also eavesdropping. I have caught the narcissist eavesdropping, not just one but a few of them who I had history with. I just say that. And it's always after they have supposedly shown you that they're not thinking about you. They've moved on, they don't care. But we all know that's a lie, because why would they break their necks peeking in at you and searching for you on social media when they supposedly moved on to new supply, started a new life with someone else, and supposed to be so happy now without you? Well, we all know that's a lie. Again, they have to put on a show for their audience because they know that you're not looking. So they have to entertain somebody. That's where they get their supply from. The new supply is not good enough for them. And not only did they just get the new supply to, again, prove a point to you, to get a reaction from you, but they did it to prove a point to the audience that they have moved on from you. But narcissists, they don't just move on, even when they found someone else, especially if you have moved on without looking back, because that's what they want you to do. But when you don't pay them no mind, because you have freedom now, you have peace, you can go and do as you please without feeling like you have to answer to them or please them or get their opinion on things. And that's something that they miss. They miss it so much that they kind of start to go on a spiral, because this is a part of their control that they need in order to feel powerful. And even when they have pretended to move on, that can only last so long, again, because they don't really move on. What they do is move on to ways of trying to make you react out to what they're doing. And when you catch these narcissists peeking at you and snooping around, it can come in different ways. Like, you may find out from other people that they've been asking about you, or, you know, if you've broken up and they haven't seen you in a while because maybe you blocked them on social media. You probably heard from your neighbor or something that your ex has been riding by lately, while you're at work or in class or whatever, away from your home. You might be at home and just not knowing, not thinking about them, that they're riding up and down your street, passing by your house. They may even be passing by with the new supply in the car, because, they want you to walk outside and catch them, see them with the person, because those are the type of games they play, you know. And so, other ways that they try to make you feel a way is just by pretending like they have met someone who's better than you, of course. They devalue you act like you never exist, you never mattered in that way. And they start to do things to pick with you, to punish, to bully you. They do things to get in your way deliberately to stop you from moving ahead. Anything that kind of holds you back from moving on with your life, they will put those roadblocks there so that they can catch up to you and just see how is it working out for you now, even though they know that it's a trap that they set for you to hold you back because they have a hard time letting go. They want people to think that they're doing good, moving on, but they're struggling. That's another reason why they eavesdrop. And I've caught a person eavesdropping when they were supposed to not, you know, be done, just be done with everything. But then they do stuff to where, oh, at this point, like you can be having a conversation with someone and you're laughing and talking, and this is something that the narcissist, they don't like to see a person smiling. They don't like to see you happy because they're so used to just always being so attached to you and taking up so much of your space. It feels weird to them that they don't have you by their side anymore, even though they're the cause of you separating yourself from them. So now when they see you in the company of someone else, you enjoying another person, you can just relax and let your hair down and laugh and talk with people who you can really just be yourself around. They have a hard time witnessing that. So what they do is try to get in between that and disrupt it some type of way. They're very rude and ignorant in that way. And they don't care how people look at them because they tune out people's thoughts of them when they're angry. They don't care about it. It's like they just again go on a spiral. They don't think that okay, there could be consequences to this. You're really making it harder for to ever have a chance with me again because you're adding on to the reason why I decided to cut you off in the first place. And not saying if they start to show you something different that maybe you should give them a chance. I'm not saying that either. I will never advise anyone to give a narcissist a second chance. So, but I went through a situation at work with a narcissist. Y'all know I always share my work experience with the narc. And it wasn't just me. It was another person who this narcissist has an issue with now because they have decided to go no contact, cut them off. And they're having a hard time now with the both of us. And so they see us laughing and talking at work and everything on break. And what they do is stop what they're doing. They come and take a seat to where they can be closer to where we are, but they're pretending to be reading or listening, to the headphones or something like that. They have these headphones in their ear, but it's obvious that they're trying to deliberately distract us, and it doesn't distract us, it distracts them from the fact that they hate to hear the laughing amongst two people who can be around each other without feeling the pressures of just being under this unnecessary control. And so, and also they feel alone. Narcissists are very lonely, they're miserable, very miserable. And this is why they do things like this. Again, become very rude and in a way to where they just don't care what they do at this point. And they feel that way because they know they don't have nothing to lose. They feel like, okay, I'm going to go all the way now. I'm just, they'll just go all the way out just to show you that you're not getting to them, which you are, or they wouldn't feel a need to do all that. And so again, this person, she would come and try to sit close to us or listen to our conversation. Now, one, they're listening because they want to see if you're talking about them in a bad way. Now, they can look at that in one or two ways. They can look at it as if they're talking bad about me, then I must be doing a good job at getting a reaction out of them because now they're angry because I'm punishing them since they left me. So, it could go two ways. Or they can be listening just because they need to know. They always need to know what you're thinking, what you're doing, who you're talking to, how you feel. Are you happy now? How are you doing without them? You know. And again, once they see that you're doing just fine without them, they have a hard time accepting that. That's how narcissists, that's how they are. Hey son, love you too. Hey, I remember when your coworker was eavesdropping. Those workplace videos helped me so much dealing with the narc. Yeah, and I appreciate you. I'm glad I was able to help in some kind of way. But yeah, I'm dealing with one now. Like I say, sometimes I just be feeling like, and not to make this about me, like, why do I always have to run into them only in the workplace? I don't really deal with that anywhere else. I know where my comfort zone is. Anywhere else but the workplace, there's gonna always be a question of, will I be at peace here? Because they're always in the workplace. And maybe it's because it's my type of job. But anyway, I've learned to know how to deal with it. So, and again, I'm glad that my old videos are able to help you. So yeah, they're just so miserable. They don't know how to just move on without even thinking about you. So it's an act that they're putting on. They just want other people to think that they're good. And how you can tell is because they get angry. There's so much anger and bitterness inside the narcissist. They can only put on for so long. Because if you ask them a simple question, they might ignore you. And this is in the workplace, not just in the workplace though, but anywhere. You could be like, just ask them any simple question. If you live with a narcissist, you might want to ask them something like, so what you want for dinner? And they may ignore you. And you're standing literally feet away from them. They do this just to get to you. And it also lets you know, again, they're miserable. They're angry. They're upset at the fact that you're not taking it the way they wanted you to. And I would hate to have to be under the same roof with someone like that. Um, you know, so glad I only got just so many hours in a day to deal with it throughout the week in the workplace. And still, I can find my space away from that. It's always good to be able to know if you can get away and build barriers to where you have this privacy because you have to find your peace wherever you go. Like, you're going to have to find your peace. Because if not, they will completely drain you. They will take up all of your space, even if you're not communicating. Even if you don't say now one word to each other within a 10-hour period, you still have to find your peace. Whether it's listening to music, watch a little TV, or talking on the phone with someone. Just occupy your time doing something to where you won't be thinking about what they're doing, as far as keeping up with you. Because trust and believe they watching you, or they're lurking, or they keeping up with your location. That's another thing with narcissists and eavesdropping. A lot of them in relationships, they love to know your location. It's a really bad habit. They're addicted to knowing every move you make. They feel entitled to know what you're doing at every moment of the day because that makes them feel like they're in control. And then it gives them something to argue about when things are going so good for you and you're in places where you should be, or either they just don't know and they're going to make a big deal out of it. They're still going to find a way to just pick with you, to pull out some type of response that will grow into an argument. They want it to turn into an argument because you're at peace with whatever it is you're doing, and you have this freedom, of knowing that I could do what I want now without people on my back, without this person just always on me, you know, and keeping track of everything I do. Yeah, so I'm not going to be too long with this. I don't really like to be long winded in the lives. They're jealous. I know you rose up in the positions. They hate that you were able to do that. Yeah, when I got the promotions and stuff, I didn't know the person where I work at now, but they assumed that because they just met me when I got there, they were already there. They assumed that, sorry, I had a phone call. Come on. They didn't think that I belonged there. Like they try to play you. Oh, thank you for this. Thank you for the super sticker. My very first one on here. Appreciate you. They assume that you don't belong there. Like they try to play you like if you're just not intelligent enough to hold that position. And in the meantime, they start to feel, because narcissists are very insecure. They're very insecure. They measure their worth through other people's accomplishments. They're very competitive. They don't know who they are until they look at someone else. And then they claim to be who they are, which is normally a lie. So they live through other people. But that was the problem I had with that person at work. And she still acts that way because she hates that I'm in the lead position. She hates that I hold the office position. And that's something that really doesn't matter to me. It's something that she constantly reminds me of more than anything. That's the crazy part because it's like I don't even think about that or throw it out there. Like, no one should be able to tell the difference when they're looking at the both of us. But because she runs her mouth, she has to let it be known we're the same rank. We do the same thing and we don't. See, that's what she has to tell herself in her mind. The narcissists always have to make themselves feel bigger than what they are because they know they don't feel like that. That's just how they operate. Just crazy, the way to put it. Just crazy and delusional. That's the word, delusional. And then people kind of challenge that sometimes and may ask them, well, if y'all do the same thing, why are they doing way more than you? But they can do what you do in their position, which goes to show it was a stepping stone for me. And they are still at a lower level. And then they don't have nothing to say to answer to that. That silenced the narcissist, but it also makes them angry because now they're going to do things to challenge you, to make you do something to prove you're worthy of the position you're in. Like, who are they to even be doing all that? It's crazy. Insecure. That's their insecurity. That's what you'll see the most with these narcissists in the workplace who become very competitive in things that you're not even looking for. I'm not looking for a fight with you. I'm not trying to compete with you. I'm not throwing myself in your face. It's just that you know who I am. You see me. You feel like I'm a threat to you, even though I'm not even coming at you that way. They know it's something about you. And again, it goes back to the eavesdropping. That's why they can't stop peeking in at you, or they're stuck in that stare and they don't even realize they're staring at you. Because with this person at work, the way my office is, I have these blinds, so I open them, shut them the way I adjust them the way I want to. But when I have them at a pinch, I notice that her body language is very erratic. Like you hear her working more noisier than if they make sense, than any other day. She's slamming things around. She just, I mean, it's anger. She's always angry when she can't control me. And because she can't control the way I choose to decorate my office, the way I have my office set up, it's like it does something to her. She has to have say so over everything that goes on around there, and she can't. And that's why she's bothered, and that's why narcissists act out that way. Like, she even went to my supervisor and said that maybe she should come down there and do a walkthrough sometimes because I'm always shutting the blinds, and everybody was like, why is something like that bothering you? And it's all because, there's this line, there's this boundary there that she just can't get over to get to me. So she has to go over my head to get someone else to get to me. And that's how they operate. But, I'm talking about in the workplace. Living in a home with the narcissist, probably completely different and more struggling to deal with. And I don't wish that on nobody. I really don't, you know. I really wish that all of us could just have a peaceful separation from them. But we all know, when talking about a narcissist, they're not going to make anything peaceful for us. We can only find our own peace in the situation the best way we know how, because they're not gonna make nothing easy on nobody, because they're gonna feel like they're taking a loss. They're gonna feel like they're getting defeated, and they can't go down like that. They refuse to take a L. Like, they don't own anyone in the first place. That's the crazy part about it. It's the delusion for me. Like, get over yourself. You don't own anyone. You don't have yourself. But they notice something special about you. They notice how other people are attracted to you, and they know why. And another thing, and this the last time I'm gonna mention her. I hear her. She does this thing where she get on the phone and she deliberately talks loud so I can hear the conversation, which that don't work on me because I already know what she's trying to do. She says things like, "Now, ain't that dumb? Have you ever heard of somebody that's sitting in the office with the blinds closed?" And then, or she'll say, "Have you ever seen?" And she does this thing where she's constantly snapping the phone all day, taking pictures. Everything I do, everything just harassment, miserable. And then she's talking to the person, and she said, "Yeah, but you got to think about it. Those are the type of people that think they're all that. Trust me, I know. I work with one." And sometimes she say, "Well, I know, because I work here by myself." Well, you created you created this environment for yourself. I didn't make it this way. But what I'm doing is protecting my boundaries. I'm creating a safe place for me because I have to be here every day, and it's just something that you're going to have to deal with. Thank God of my position that it ain't the other way around, because I would have been good and out of there. Ain't no way I'd be able to work under her. And I'm her lead, and I don't even act that way. I feel like two adults to come to work, we know what we have to do. But because I won't give her the power to be in charge of me, that's where the problem lies at. And that's where it's going to be. Because narcissists don't change. They don't change. And so, again, just to end this out real quick, the eavesdropping comes because they need to know what you're saying about them, what you're thinking about them. Are they getting to you? But don't forget, when the narcissists catch you speaking about the things they do, remember you supposed to be tuning them out. Even though you still notice what they're doing. And if you speak on it to someone and they hear you talking about it, that gives them supply. So either they get a kick out of it, or it bothers them. You're hurting them. So now they got to come back twice as hard to do something to you again. And the cycle of abuse, it continues. It never ends with a narcissist. Never. Yep, they make so much noise because they're mad. Like, how'd you woke up mad? You woke up with it on your mind that you decided I'm gonna be angry if this person hasn't, like changed their mind and decided, look, I'm gonna let them have their way. No, I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna take my foot off the gas. So you might as well get with it or get out of the way because you will get ran over. I'm not gonna give you anything over me. You free to do and go and be as you please around here. I'm not getting in your way. Why are you trying to get in mine? It's all about control with him. And when you're dealing with a overt narcissist, I had to even go back and learn the differences. And I'm like, yeah, it's all over 'em. Like you really could separate the two so easy by their mannerism, by the way that they operate, their their personalities are it's just they do so much of the same. They do so much of the same, no matter, what the situation is, whatever your relationship is with an overt narcissist, they all do the same. All pretty much have the same character. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead on and end it here. Thank you for watching and thank you again for the super sticker. That's my very first one. And again, if my old videos are helpful, thank y'all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And leave your thoughts down below for the replay game. And I will talk to you soon.